up, Gary?
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, America. Good morning to you. It's Monday, a beautiful day in the neighborhood, and here's what's happening in celebrity news, y'all. Comedian Eddie Murphy, y'all, is being reported, Ricky, that he has apologized for his old jokes, y'all. He called them ignorant. Now, they're saying, honey, Murphy, his iconic stand-up shows raw and delirious, y'all, would not be acceptable in the current politically correct era. They're saying while promoting his upcoming movie, Dolomite, he said the following, quote, I was a young guy processing a broken heart, you know. He said, kind of a butthole, he said, of this controversial stand-up, which have been labeled as both homophobic and misogynistic. Now, they're saying Murphy also stated, y'all, and he's slated to host an upcoming episode of Saturday Night Live, which is soon, and, you know, and he went on and on to the break of dawn. What is the world coming to?
Sensitivity.
Yeah, 2 cents. And I'm just being honest. I'm a comic, and I watched that back then. Now, comedians can talk about fat people, skinny people, black people, white people, but you got to apologize for talking about gay people. Mm-hmm. Now, you know what I'm saying? Poor people, rich people. Yeah. What are we supposed to do?
Like, why do certain people, like, there should be, like, certain tabernacles which you could enter where, like, listen, this is a judgment-free zone. You can wild out. You can say what you want. This is amongst us. If you laugh, you laugh. Because, like, you know, when you tell jokes, no one takes any of that stuff literally.
You shouldn't. You know, and I don't think you have to give a prerequisite, honey, before you even tell the jokes and stuff. Back then, I mean, it was a
now
joke.
You got to go all the way back.
Yeah.
And apologize or whatever. You know, now everybody has, you know, kind of made amends to whatever the time is now and the way people handle things now. But to go all the way back and apologize for something or whatever, and I don't know, and I don't think it was vicious. I thought it was
a joke.
It was a sign. It was a sign of the times, like where we were back then.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, so I just don't know. But Brad, have you ever had to apologize for some of those songs you sang or anything back in the day?
No.
You know, I mean. So it's just,
I'm not bashing anybody in the songs either.
Yeah, and it wasn't. I don't think it's so much of a bash neither. I mean, it's I don't know. Ricky,
ain't
you
nobody say kill gay people or hurt them, or when you see them, shoot them. Nobody saying that.
Right.
Yeah, so
you know what I'm saying? You know, when you were talking about being poor and talking about your grandmama talking about, I'm making hamburger better than McDonald's. You know, I went through that, and I found all of that funny, even though we was poor and broke and didn't really have a whole lot. I didn't get offended by it or him talking about skinny people or...
I didn't get offended when he was talking about the queen that was on the, wasn't it, when she did the police siren on the car?
Yeah, I was cracking up.
Yeah, me too. So
pull over.
Yeah, pull over.
That's what the girls have the right to remain silent.
Yes, pull over, niece. Pull over. So, child. But anyway, we're going to see how, and then, you know, he's doing this new movie. And you remember Miss Andy Cohen said something to that comedian that was on the show that day. And they fell out with that guy because the guy said, you know, Eddie apologized and he went through all that. And that was back then. So, nevertheless, that's neither here nor there.
That was a sucker move for Andy to even try to pull out.
Exactly, honey. This girl, honey, trying to be slick. But anyway, all right, we're going to see how this all turn out, y'all. All right, moving on. In other celebrity news, y'all, it's being reported, y'all, that Kenya Moore from Real Housewives of Atlanta is alleged, y'all, that she said that she is done with black men and she's dating white men only. Now, they're saying, honey, that Kenya Moore from the Real Housewives of Atlanta is in the midst of a bitter divorce with her husband of 2 years, Mr. Mark Daly, and they're saying that the couple welcomed their beautiful daughter, Miss Brooklyn, into the world just 6 months ago, less than a year and all that. But they're saying now that the only thing is, for Miss Kenya, they're saying it's being reported, y'all, that they learned that Kenya is telling her friends that, you know, she's going forward and she's done with African-American men. Now, they're saying Kenya, who is a millionaire, a businesswoman, and a gorgeous former Miss USA, has had trouble finding an African-American man to settle down with all her life. And now they're saying that the Bravo reality star, y'all, is preparing to try something new. Now, so they're saying Kenya has exclusively dated black men, and she's met quite a few.
Absolutely correct.
Yep.
Because you look like a fool doing the same thing, expecting different results. If that don't work for you, if that don't work for you, you have a right to happiness, and whatever it takes to make you happy, I don't get mad, and I ain't intimidated when I see a black woman with a white man or a Latino man or an Asian man. As long as I can look in her face and she got a beautiful smile on her face and she's happy, or whatever. I was sitting next to some folks on a plane like that, a mixed couple yesterday, and that lady was happy. That dude was a gentleman to her, was treating her with the utmost respect. As long as she's respected and treated like the queen she is, that makes me happy, and that's it. I don't care who she date.
Are black women still queens when they with white men? Are they still
Yeah, they're gonna always be a queen.
Oh, okay, because I didn't know.
But they ain't gonna have no white baby. The baby gonna be black.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. Most definitely. So anyway, well, congratulations to Kenya. I mean, because it is hard for an African American woman to find a man. I ran into a couple Saturday. Well, a woman. She was looking for a wedding dress, and she's getting married. I'm like, girl, y'all still getting married? I didn't know people were still getting married.
So a black lady getting married to marry a white man?
No, a black man. I didn't know that was still happening.
Who was he marrying?
I want to ask who he was, but she was looking for a dress. So I mean, he got a job. At least a job then, because looking for a dress and stuff that they ain't shit.
People still get married. People are still in love. Love is still out there. You still have a chance.
Really? Well,
yeah, but everybody keep going to the wrong place looking for love.
Yeah.
Love ain't in the strip club. They don't love you.
Yeah.
They want you to make it rain.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I guess so.
Going up in there talking about, will you marry me? And then she turn around and make her booty clap. That ain't love.
Jesus. Well, that's somebody might like that love, but child.
I remember the first time I went to Marvin Dixon took me to the Rolex.
Mm-hmm.
That's the first time I ever heard the lady came outside. He said, hey, she had on some tights. And she started jumping up and down and made her booty clap. Me and Darius Bradford just looked at each other like, what in the world? I never know a woman booty could clap like that.
My Lord.
Hadn't been the same since, Gary.
You hadn't? Oh, my Lord. I know, my Lord.
I was holy, devout Christian. Marvin Dixon just ruined my whole life.
Just ruined your life, John. That was the devil, honey.
22 years old, my first strip club at the Rolex. Then he took me to Coco's where they had $5 lap dance.
Well, just think, though, so you just triggered down there because you ruined my damn life when you took me to the strip club here. That mess.
Oh, yeah, I took you to the strip club. Now, you going to get offended when the stripper, everybody know you from the morning show. She just hugged, hey, Gary. She ain't have no show. Was Juicy with us?
Yes, Juicy.
Yeah. And Gary said, oh, bitch, get off me. Oh, bitch, get off me. Oh, bitch, get off me.
I didn't know they'd be naked.
I love Gary and his team.